Hello, everyone. Good morning to all, or good afternoon for some of you. Thank you for coming to our webinar, to join us. I'm just accepting some people in, so in about 1 or 2 more minutes, we can start.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you? Good afternoon.
Not bad. How are you?
Fine, sir. How are you?
Good. I'm good. We have great news to share with you today.
Thanks a lot. We are waiting for it.
Yes. I'll just ask. Yeah, go
on. Let me introduce to myself. Myself, Krunal Pandya, and I'm belong from the Agile Overseas. We are the leading educational consultant based in Baroda, Gujarat.
Okay.
And we are already starting the promotion for the LearnKey Institute for the Malta.
That's great. Thank you. Great. Okay, I'll just ask you guys, I mean, while we are presenting, just to keep your mics, muted, okay? And then obviously at the end of the presentation, we are going to allow some time for you to ask questions. And obviously, we are going to give you also some contact email. So if you wish to also send us email, will be fine as well, okay? But just for now, just keep the mics off, please.
Okay, done, okay.
Okay, so we're going to start. First, again, thank you very much for joining our webinar. I'm sure that most of you are very, excited about the news that, thanks God, CVU High Commissioner start accepting again applications. And also we have obviously some information about the travel. There is some restriction still, but we have, good news, and at least people can start applying, students can start applying now. And first of all, I mean, obviously, I'm going to present myself. I'm Alex Garcia, the sales and marketing manager here at LearnKey. And we also have Miss Shirley Thomas, who is actually the director of studies here at LearnKey. Okay. I will basically, I mean, I know that everyone probably is more interested about, the visa procedure and travel, updates, but I will give you just a little bit of a very short presentation about ourselves, and also give you information about the programs that we offer here. However, for now, only one of these programs will be accepted for visa application, which is the Diploma in Health and Social Care Management, okay? Let me just share my screen with you, second. Shirley, if you also can mute your microphone while I'm presenting, would be good, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to go through some topics of this presentation. It's going to be short, but I'm going to give you some brief information about LearnKey Institute Malta. I'm going to talk about the COVID-19 current situation. Also, I'm going to give you information about our qualifications, and specifically about the Diploma in Health and Social Care Management, as this program is going to be the only program accepted for visa application for now, okay? All right, so about us. Basically, LearnKey Institute Malta is one of the pioneer Maltese training institute. It has been in operation since the early months of 1995, so we've been around for a long time.
We are an ACCA Gold Century, which means that we are an exam century for ACCA here in Malta. And ACCA is one of our top courses. And we are accredited by the CITEM Guilds, OTHM, London Graduate School, ECDL, ILM, BPP, and the Malta Further and Higher Education Authority. Okay. Right, in relation to the COVID-19 situation in Malta, I got this information yesterday, the 21st September, okay? Basically, before I go through some figures here, just to inform you that we in Malta are in a very comfortable situation, to be very honest. We are having almost normal life, especially if you are fully vaccinated, okay? So just to give you an overview here, we currently have 554 active cases only. And yesterday we had 24 new cases, okay? So the percentage of the population fully vaccinated is 83.2%. So 83.2% of the population is fully vaccinated with the 2 doses, all right? As I said to you, to be honest with you, it feels almost normal here in Malta. Obviously there is some restrictions, but mainly everything is, almost normal. All right. So some other information. So if you are fully vaccinated, you do not have to wear masks outdoors. So you don't need to wear masks in the street. Okay. So in parks, on the beach. But obviously you will need to be fully vaccinated. You have to have your vaccinate certificate, because obviously if someone asks you, authority asks you for your vaccination certificate, you need to present it. Otherwise, it can be a problem for you. Okay. In a restaurant, only 6 people are allowed to sit together. A maximum of 10 people may gather together in public space. And restaurants, bar, snacks bar, and social clubs are open for dining customers until 2 a.m. All right. So this is the current situation in Malta for the COVID-19. Right. Now I'm going to give you information about our qualifications. We have foundation diploma courses, accounts and business courses, business management programs, tourism and hospitality management, health and social care management, information technology, human resource management, MBA program, and English courses. As I told you before, for now, only the health and social care management programs are going to be accepted for visa application. So therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to present you and to give you more information about our health and social care management program, okay?
Shirley, before I do, can you please, maybe I will give you the information about the health and social care program a little bit later. Can you please go ahead and then start with the presentation of your the visa and the travel updates? I'm sorry.
Yes, no problem.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, I'm going to stop a bit the video because I need to share my screen with regards that we're going to discuss. Basically, I'm going to give you all the information with regards to the visa application and travel information. Now, this information, just to be clear, it's the information that we have lately. So always keep in mind that this can change at any time, because obviously the COVID situation is always changing the procedures. But what we're going to tell you today is the information, the latest information. Now, we also have been informed, and it's good news for agents from India, that as from tomorrow, India will be as a red country zone. So it will not be anymore the dark red, but it has changed to a red country. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go step by step and give you all the information where it comes to starting from the application up to traveling to Malta. Okay, I'm going to start sharing my screen. So I think everyone is hearing me. Okay, so basically here you have the visa application and travel information, and we're going to start step by step. Okay. So the first thing that obviously the agents, you as the agents have to do is that possibly, obviously, we have to make sure that anyone who is applying will possess a valid vaccine certificate. If in the case that the student does not have a valid vaccine certificate, we're going to tell you later on also what will be the procedure. Now, all this information, all this presentation, it will be shared with you all through email after we conclude this webinar. So the first step is booking the course. The student will need to book their course from the website, because on our website, which is learnki.com.mt, we have a link where the students can book their course from that link. Now, they can go through, as we said, on our website, there is a button, booking, and they have to apply from there. The student will also, after doing the booking, the student will also need to do an online English test. So basically, this test is for us to see the English level that the student possesses, and even for himself also to see the standard of his English. So first thing is they need to book from the website. Secondly, they will have to do the online English test. Once they complete the English online test, they will receive a result, and who will also receive a copy of his result. Now, the student then will be asked, okay, to pay the 250 euro, which is the registration fee. So at this stage, when the student will complete his booking and his English test, okay, then he will be ready to apply for the continuation of the process by paying the first 250 euro as a registration fee, okay? Then the student will be also called online for an interview by our assessor. So basically what we're doing is that each student that will be booking with us through an agent, he will have to be assessed by our assessor. This interview will take about 30 to maximum 40 minutes, where they will be asked questions to see their level of education, their level of English, according obviously to the assessor. Then we will have a report to see if the student will be good to proceed with his application, or if he needs, for example, a foundation course of English or any foundation course before he can continue for his higher and further education. Now, so that was with regards to the first steps of the booking. Now, the process from now onwards is that the agent, when the agent has the list of students that he wants to enroll with LearnKey, okay, obviously they have to be that those students will have to have passed the online interview by our assessor. Those who are not approved and they did not pass the online interview with our assessor will not proceed forward for the application at that stage. So once the agent, you agents, you have the whole list of students, let's say you had 20 applied, but 15 only passed the interview, you as an agent have to send us an Excel sheet, okay, through email, and we will need the name the surname, the passport, the nationality, date of birth, and the copy of the passport, the bio page only. Now, as from now onwards, we also introduced a declaration document, which the student will have to be, the agent, sorry, will have to be responsible that each student that applies will need to have this declaration. In this declaration, it should be written on it that the parents, the guardians, or the sponsors of this particular student, okay, are taking full responsibility of, for example, student, whatever his name is, that if he either leaves Malta, okay, before his studies, or he becomes missing and he doesn't attend anymore his lectures, his lessons, his parents will be responsible, or his guardians or his sponsors, because we take it seriously that all students that apply with us, they have to attend either the online lessons when we have the online lessons, or the face-to-face lessons when the lessons will be held in class. We take this point very, very, very seriously here. So basically, yes, we need the declaration to be signed. So like that, we will rest our minds, obviously, that this student who is applying is a serious student, and he or she will be taking her studies seriously. Okay. Apart from this declaration, also a confirmation of booking for 14 days quarantine in a safe country corridor, but this only applies for the dark red zone countries only. So for example, for India, this the confirmation of booking for 14 days quarantine in a safe country corridor does not apply. Later on, we will go through how the students from India will be traveling, but obviously I have to share both information where it comes to the red country and the dark red country, because they have different procedures on how to come to Malta. Okay. So basically, once Learnki receives all this Excel sheet with all the information and with the documents attached, then us as an institute will be sending an email to get approval from the High Commissioner. So basically, once you as an agent send us all the information that we are requesting as per here in our presentation, we will send this email to the High Commissioner, because before traveling, we need to get approval for all the students from the High Commissioner or Central Visa Unit, basically. Now, on receipt of the approval from the High Commissioner or Central Visa Unit, then the students will have to pay the full fee. And obviously, once they pay the full fee, we will be informed, okay? And obviously, once we will be informed, they will have to send us also a proof of payment. Okay, so you as an agent will have to collect even these documents like proof of payment and everything, and they have to be verified through us also. Once we have the full payment, okay, of the full settlement, then we will contact the students that they got the approval. We will send them the documents which are requested for the visa application, like, for example, the letter of acceptance and other documents that may be necessary, so that each student then will have to send an email on the email address here, which is mentioned, info.norton@vflshelpline.com. And from there, they will receive guidance for booking of an appointment or the checklist and documents which need to be submitted. Okay, so it is obviously a bit of a process, and obviously what we always say is that you have to, as long as the agent, okay, works with us with regards to what information we are requesting from first stage, it's better so that obviously the process will be faster. So as we said, to get the High Commissioner approval, because each student before traveling, before going to apply for his visa, he will need an approval from High Commissioner. The process is this, as where you can see on your screens. Now, from there onwards, once we get the approval, as we said, from the High Commissioner, okay, and the full settlement of the course fee will be settled, then each student will have to send that email with all the documents attached to info.malta.norton@vfshelpline.com for guidance on how to book the appointment and the checklist and documentations to submit their visa application. Okay. Now, as with regards to the health travel process. So once the visa have been approved, so the student, each student then will need to follow the steps in order how to travel to Malta. Now, as we said, we have the latest information, and the latest information that you got is that from 23rd, which is tomorrow, India will be considered as a red country. So all passengers arriving from any of the red country regions, okay, they don't need prior authorization to travel to Malta. But obviously there are requirements. Now, the requirements will be that those arriving to Malta will have to complete a passenger locator form and a travel document declaration form. Now, these forms, okay, can be found on the websites of the health authorities, but also once these are filled, they will have to be kept by the student because they will need to be presented, okay, before they travel to Malta. Now, another thing that the student will need is a valid vaccination certificate recognized by the Superintendent of Public Health. And now, basically, I'm going to skip this part. The recognized vaccines, as at today, okay, we have put the whole list of vaccines that are recognized, basically. Now, if anyone possesses a vaccine certificate which is not listed according to what we have here on our slide, so basically there's a whole list, okay, they can be either checked through this email, this website, sorry, okay, they can go through this website and check for any updates. But if then neither on these lists the certificate is not there, what the vaccine certificate that the student holds is not there, then there is another policy where it states that travelers 12 years and over not in a possession of a recognized vaccine certificate will need to present a negative PCR test not older than 72 hours on arrival, and will need also to undergo a mandatory quarantine period of 14 days here in Malta, according to the standards of quarantine. So basically, the process, I'm going back on my screen, from the red country zones, which is this basically, okay, I'm going to start explaining this part, is that if they are coming from the red zone, okay, and they are fully vaccinated, okay, they will just need, now fully vaccinated, meaning that they have the certificate recognized by the Superintendent of Public Health. So you have to make sure that the students who are applying, you have to check what vaccine certificate they possess. If they have one from the list that it is listed on the website, then they will require only the vaccine certificate and complete the passenger locator form only. Now, if coming from the red zone, but not fully vaccinated, or they don't have the recognized vaccine certificate, okay, they will still need to complete the passenger locator form, a negative PCR test, but then, but then they will have to do a quarantine, okay, here in Malta. So basically, it could be that they will tell you that the student, for example, will need to quarantine in a particular, for example, hotel, because here in Malta at the moment, those people who doesn't have their own residence will be sent to a particular place. It's like a hotel where they have to do the 14 days quarantine there against obviously a payment. Okay, now the payment will go to obviously the authorities, and Learnke has nothing to do with these fees. So basically, to make things clear, is coming from a red zone, fully vaccinated with a vaccine certificate which is recognized, okay, as per list, they will only need to complete the passenger locator form, and they will be here, okay, in Malta. If they don't have, they are not fully vaccinated, or they don't have the vaccine certificate, which is not recognized, then they have to complete the passenger locator form, negative PCR test, and they have to be ready to do the 14 days quarantine, according to what the authorities will guide the students. That's with regards to the red zone. When it comes to dark red zones, okay, basically the travel ban, meaning that travel authorization is required to travel to Malta. This is only granted in exceptional circumstances. So basically, to come to Malta from the dark red zones, they will have to apply for the travel authorization. Now, the travel authorization, first, it has to be issued by, again, the High Commissioner. Okay, they have to also complete the personal locator form, negative PCR test, and then they have to do again the quarantine. So those coming from the red country zone, they have the option to travel to a red zone country, do 14 days quarantine there. For example, let's say it could be Dubai, it could be Turkey, and then they can come here from Dubai or from Turkey to Malta. Okay, but as we said, those are the red zone countries, the dark red. With regards to the red zone, as we said, from 23rd, India will be under the red zone. Okay, but this information, it's always being updated on the public health website, so every time it can change. Okay. Now, as we said, this is the recognized vaccine certificates which are being recognized at the moment. And this is a continuation of the list.
Shirley,
Okay.
sorry to interrupt you. Just to let them know, because some of them ask in the chat, we are going to share this presentation to all of them by email, okay? So you will have this presentation on your email, this file.
Yes, so as we said, we're going to share all this information with you after completion of the webinar, because I know that it has all the information for you and guidelines. So it's very, very important. Even here, it is in yellow. It says that COVID vaccine certificate, okay, not on the accepted list that you saw before. Okay, those are not valid for traveling. So that's why I told you that if the student possess a vaccine certificate, which is in the list of accepted certificates, it will be easier for them to apply. But if they don't possess an accepted vaccine certificate, then yes, they have to do the 14 days quarantine, okay, here in Malta. So basically that was our presentation where it comes to the procedure of the visa application and the travel information. I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
Yep. Okay, thank you very much, Shirley. I think that, for, most of you, it's going to be good news because obviously, especially for students from India, before they had to basically to quarantine in a safe corridor country. Now it makes much easier as they can travel directly to Malta and then they can quarantine here. Hopefully soon also the Maltese government will start accepting the Indian vaccination certificates, and then we'll make it even easier. All right. So just to complete one of the things before we can go for the questions, I already answered many questions on the chat, but just to remind you that the only course accepted for visa application for now will be the Health and Social Care Program. Okay, I'm just sharing you with some information about our course. Basically, we have the Diploma in Health and Social Care Management. We have the MQF level 5, 6, and 7. Okay, this course is 60 credits, ACT credits. Okay, it's possible for the student basically to join a internship. Okay, however, to do this, the student will have to be here in Malta. They have to complete at least 6 months of course, 3 modules. And then if they wish to go for an internship, they can just, come here to the reception and speak to us, and we're going to give all the information. And obviously, we can help the student to find a job, an internship. Just in regards to this course, it's an OTHM qualification, okay, so UK qualification. This course is an assignment-based course, meaning that there is no exams. So this course consists of 6 modules, okay? So those are the modules. I will also share this file with you, okay? And at the end of each module, students will have to submit an assignment, okay? So each module usually takes 2 months to be completed. Therefore, the course will last for 1 year, right? Okay, the course fee, for the MQF level 5, the tuition fee is 5,500. Then there is a registration fee of 250, and then an assignment fee of 50 euros per assignment. In total, students will have to submit 6 assignments, okay? And as I told you, the duration of the program is 1 year. Another thing is in regards to the intakes. Basically, we are going to start the intakes now in November, okay? If not mistaken, 22nd of November, Shirley, I think that's the intake for November.
Yes, it's correct, 22nd of November.
Right, and then we have January, March, May, and July 2022 intakes as well, okay? So I hope that, everything is clear for you guys. Basically, I think that overall, it's a good news for most of you. And now we are happy to answer your questions. If you want, you can make questions on audio, or if you would like to just drop the message on the chat, feel free.
Sir, I just want to ask you one thing is that India is whether it is in the dark red zone or in the red zone, but would it convert into the red zone?
No, India from the 23rd, which is tomorrow, is red zone as from tomorrow.
Okay, as from the tomorrow.
From tomorrow.
And if any applicant or if any student already get the vaccine from like Covishield or the Covaxin, so it may be the consider in future in the Malta as well or not?
Yeah, we have to wait for the government, because obviously the government is starting accepting many certificates. For example, they just announced that Egypt certificate, and I think from another country, I just forgot now, they start accepting. So hopefully they will start accepting, also recognizing some certificates from India as well.
Okay, so we are supposed to accept the applications and we send it to you, and they are supposed to get in a 14 days of quarantine if they are getting or not.
Yes, you have to, because you are red zone,
Okay.
I mean from India, you're going to have to quarantine in Malta. So no need for you guys to send the students for a safe corridor country or a red zone country, because you're shifting from dark red zone to red zone from tomorrow.
Okay, done.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just
Thank you,
check
sir.
here on the chat.
Yeah. I got the query solved by yourself, and thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Someone is asking.
Hello.
Someone is, hi.
Hello.
Oh, hi there.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. I'm
Good
Neelam
afternoon.
from my district, Ambala. Sir, I just wanted to know about that India is a red zone country.
Mm-hmm. Yes, India will become from tomorrow red zone country.
Student is mandate for if the student is fully vaccinated, then student is quarantined for 14 days or not?
No, I mean, currently vaccine certificates from India are not being accepted, recognized by the Maltese government. Therefore, they will have to come to Malta and they will have to quarantine for 14 days.
In Malta?
In Malta, yes. They can travel normally. They will have to go all the procedure, which is 72 hours PCR test before they travel. And obviously, they will travel to Malta normally. Once they get here, they have to stay in a residence or in a hotel for 14 days.
With this presentation, we're going to send you the link from where you can check the vaccine certificate that the student possesses, if it is recognized or not, because as we said, it always updates. So every time you have a new student, check his vaccine certificate, or he can do it himself with the list from the public health website. We're going to send you the link exactly where you have to enter and check. There's a whole list of vaccines that certificates are recognized. If they are not on that list, it means they are not recognized.
Okay.
And they have to quarantine.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to read some questions also from the chat here. Someone is asking if the student can work during the course. Yes, students are allowed to work in Malta for 20 hours per week while they are studying, okay, while they have the study visa. Someone also asked about the full payment, if it has to be for the visa. Yes, as Miss Shirley told you, full payment has to be made once we get the approval from CVU or High Commission. Someone's also asking whether COVID Shield is accepted. You're going to have to check on the list to see whether this COVID Shield is accepted in Malta. There is a list of certificates of vaccines that are accepted. Someone is saying that whether it's mandatory to study online to get the CVU approval for embassy. No, from now on, obviously, because the embassy now is open and accepting applications, you can apply for your course. No need to study online. It's not mandatory. However, it's important to inform you guys that if a student is doing at least one module online from the home country, it helps on the visa approval, as it will obviously consider the student more serious, and obviously they are already registered on that course. Many questions about the full fees. Right. Someone is also asking whether they can transfer to other European countries after finishing one-year course. Yes, our diploma courses, they are UK-based certificates, diplomas, meaning that once they complete the first year here, they can progress to a UK university. okay? About accommodation fee, we can provide everything. We're going to send you the price list, everything. So everything is on the flyer. Someone is asking about the English test. Yes, it's required. In fact, I mean, the presentation that we're going to send you, what Ms. Shirley just went through now, it says that students, before they can be accepted at LearnKey, they have to go through a placement test and an interview to be assessed to assess their English level. One thing that I would like to share with you guys here is that most of the students who got visa refused were based on their English level. So therefore, I believe that it's very important for you to make sure that the student has a good level of English. We even received, Ms. Shirley can talk about it, receive an email from the embassy informing that some applicants had quite poor English level. So obviously we always give them placement tests. However, sometimes, you know, I don't know, they go there at the embassy and they can't really speak properly with in the interview and they get refused.
Yes, it's very, very important that when you are selecting the student, okay, when you are starting his process, it's very important that you see that the student has a good English, okay? Because obviously now that's why what we are doing is we are doing the English test and we are interviewing all the students so that like that we don't get that much obviously refusals where it comes because of the English language. Because I was having reports from the High Commissioner and from even the embassy that the students that they were being sent, okay, to apply for their visa, they didn't have a good level of English. Okay, and they will tell us, listen, how come these students, they don't have that level of English and they are applying for a course which is level 5? It doesn't make sense. Okay, so basically, yes, that is one of the requirements, that the student has a good knowledge of English. We will be testing obviously the student one by one, that's why we are doing that interview. Okay, but obviously to not to make things complicated from your side as an agent, you have to do your pre-checks also. We appreciate a lot obviously your support, because if we work hand by hand, sort of, we can do the things much faster, especially since we are already taking the intakes for the 22nd of November. Okay, and everyone knows that the process takes its time. Okay, so we appreciate all your cooperation from your side as an agent.
Okay, right. Someone's asking about, guys, in regards to the vaccine certificate, you can go through the website from the health department here. We're going to give you the link and you can check, okay, whether the vaccine that you're requesting is accepted in Malta. Okay. Someone is saying that students have to quarantine in Dubai for 14 days. Listen, as explained now, only students who belongs to red dark zone will have to quarantine in a safe corridor country. I mean, I don't think it's even called safe corridor country, in a red zone country. Okay, so for Indian students, they do not need to go through Dubai or Turkey as before, because from tomorrow, they will become a red zone country, so they can travel directly to Malta and quarantine in Malta. Okay. In regards to the cost of quarantine, if they're going to quarantine in a hotel, it's 100 euros per day. So in total, they will have to pay 1,400 euros to quarantine in Malta. But there is an option also to check whether they are exempt and they can quarantine in a residence. But we can check that for you guys and share, okay, the information. For CVU, for the High Commission approval, yes, it's necessary to have the fully vaccinated certificate. Otherwise, obviously the CVU, I mean the embassy, will not accept application, okay? If a student has a IELTS score of 5.5, above 5, we accept them. About Bangladesh, I'm not sure whether it's on the red zone or dark red zone. I believe, Shelley, it's on red dark zone still.
It could be, yes, still on the dark red zone, because the information that I got is that India, they mentioned India. So I will have to check, obviously, if Bangladesh is on the dark red or the red. The agent who's asking about Bangladesh, maybe he can give us his email address and then we can send the information to him.
Okay. Also, from the link that we're going to send, Shirley, there is all the list of countries, because I mean, obviously it changes every day, almost every day. So if you access the website that we're going to give you, you will see the list of red dark zone and the red zone countries. Someone is asking also how long it takes to get the approval from CVU and High Commissioner. Shirley, do you have this information?
No, actually, we will send obviously all the documentations. That's why I asked also before that they give us the information that we mentioned in our presentation, so that at least we try to do things as fast as possible. But it will depend obviously on the High Commissioner and CVU.
Okay. Someone is also asking whether offer letters issued before the COVID situation also need to get entrance test now. Yes, everyone, even though we, you know, you had the being accepted before, from now we're going to have to test all the students, including the ones who already hold a offer letter. In fact, it's going to be a new application now, because we have to send everything again.
And even the offer letter now it's expired. So basically, yes, those who have the students that they had the documents before the COVID, we still need to review them and redo all the documentations.
Someone is also asking whether the percentage of international students at LearnKey. Basically, LearnKey has a lot of local students, as we are ACCA centric. And ACCA is a huge thing here in Malta. So I would say that from the top of my head would be 50% would be local and other 50% international students, roughly that. Again, someone's asking about the AstraZeneca, Astra and Pfizer. And Moderna, I think.
Moderna, yes, the Moderna. But there is the list on the public health website, and from there they will have to check the exact name of the certificate if it matches with the one mentioned on the website.
Okay. Okay, everyone. I mean, actually, we are going to finalize it now. This webinar we will receive a link to watch it again. Okay, it's going to be uploaded on YouTube. And you can go through it again. Also, if you have any question, you can send us an email, especially to myself, on marketing@learnkey.com.mt. In fact, I'm going to give it on marketing@learnkey.com.mt. You can send an email and I will be more than happy to reply to you, okay? So thank you very much once more for joining, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a great day, ma'am. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.